My name is Kennedy. Hi. Nice to meet you. My name is Kennedy. I am 17 and a student in college. I go to college in New York. My favorite courses are geometry, French, and history. English is my hardest course. My professors are very friendly and smart. It's my second year in college now. I love it. I live in a big house on North Street. It's near the college campus. I share the house with 3 other students. We help each other with homework. On the weekend, we play football together. I have a younger brother. He just started high school. He is 12 and lives with my parents. They live on Mulberry Street in Boston. Sometimes they visit me in New York. I am happy when they visit. My mom always brings me sweets and candy when they come. I really miss them. Our vacation. Every year we go to Miami. We like to go to the beach. My favorite beach is called South Beach. It is very long, with soft sand and palm trees. It is very beautiful. I like to make sandcastles and watch the sailboats go by. Sometimes there are dolphins and whales in the water. Every morning we look for shells in the sand. I found 15 big shells last year. I put them in a special place in my room. This year I want to learn to surf. It is hard to surf, but so much fun. My sister is a good surfer. She says that she can teach me. I hope I can do it. My beautiful family. I live in a house near the mountains. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, and I was born last. My father teaches mathematics, and my mother is a nurse at a big hospital. My brothers are very smart and work hard in school. My sister is a nervous girl, but she is very kind. My grandmother also lives with us. She came from Italy when I was 2 years old. She has grown old, but she is still very strong. She cooks the best food. My family is very important to me. We do lots of things together. My brothers and I like to go on long walks in the mountains. My sister likes to cook with my grandmother. On the weekends we all play board games together. We laugh and always have a good time. I love my family very much. Summer vacation. I just returned from the greatest summer vacation. It was so fantastic, I never wanted it to end. I spent 7 days in Madrid. My best friends, Henry and Steve, went with me. We had a beautiful hotel room in the Latin Quarter, and it wasn't even expensive. We had a balcony with a wonderful view. We visited many famous tourist places. My favorite was the well-known museum. I was always interested in art, so that was a special treat for me. The museum is so huge, you could spend weeks there. Henry got tired walking around the museum and said enough. I need to take a break and rest. We took lots of breaks and sat in cafes along the River Seine. The Spanish food we ate was delicious. The wines were tasty too. Steve's favorite part of the vacation was the hotel breakfast. He said he would be happy if he could eat croissants like those forever. We had so much fun that we're already talking about our next vacation. Online shopping. My name is Mila, and I love shopping online. I prefer mobile phone applications, but sometimes I use my computer. The phone is more convenient for me, and I can even do my shopping from bed. I love shopping so much that I buy everything I need at home. I get food, electronics, books, and even large pieces of furniture like my sofa and bookshelves all online. But I still prefer getting clothes from a store so I can try them on. Yesterday, I bought a birthday present for my mother, and it arrived today. That saves me a lot of time. I am a very busy person, and I am a little forgetful too. If I think of something I need, then it is wonderful that I can buy it at that moment. My friends aren't as comfortable with buying things online as I am because they think that it can be dangerous. Of course, bad things sometimes happen, but I am very careful with all of my personal details. I think the biggest fear that people have with using their credit cards online is that someone will steal their number. It is important to be sure that the web page is secure. People should not be afraid of shopping online. I think it will be the only way we will do our shopping in the future. Going to the mall. Every city in the USA has a mall. There are about 1,100 malls in the US. These giant store-filled buildings are one of America's greatest entertainment options for teens and families. Mall of America in Minnesota is the largest mall. It is so big that it has an amusement park in it, Nickelodeon Universe, with several roller coasters. There are more than 500 stores in it, and about 12,000 people work there. But malls nowadays aren't the same as they used to be in the 1980s and 1990s. During those decades, teens would go to the mall and spend hours shopping, playing video games at the arcade, or just hanging out with friends. It was cool in the summer and warm in the winter. In those days, malls provided the perfect source of shopping and entertainment for entire families. Nowadays, you can still eat in the food court and go to the movies, but there aren't many arcades left. And more people shop online and play video games at home. Fewer people go to the mall to hang out. Hopefully, malls will remain one of the great American pastimes. But only time will tell how people in the future will prefer to spend their time. A trip around the USA. Dear family, everything has been so much fun here in the US. I am sorry that it has taken me so long to write. When we arrived yesterday, we immediately went to our hotel in New York City, took showers, and began our sightseeing trip. We saw the Statue of Liberty, Wall Street and Times Square, all in just one day. Unfortunately, we could only spend that one day in New York, because we had to take the train to see the Niagara Falls. I am riding the train now as I write. We should arrive in a few hours. I think we'll go straight to bed as it will be past midnight when we arrive. After Niagara Falls, we're going to visit Toronto in Canada, as it is only a little further north. I've never been to Canada, so that will be exciting. From Toronto, we're going to take a flight to Los Angeles. That's where we're going to stay for the rest of the trip. I think Sam wants to go to Disneyland, so I'm sure we'll do that. And of course, we're going to surf in the Pacific Ocean. I will try to write again soon, but we are doing so much that I can't make any promises. Take care. My working office. This is my office. My company's name is Lincoln Publishing. I started working here 4 years ago. I spend a lot of time on the phone, speaking to our clients, especially in Korea and Norway. It's lucky that they all speak very good English because I don't speak their language. I also do some work in the advertising department of the company, helping to make adverts for radio stations around the world. That's my favorite part of the job. It's not a big office and it's not very modern either, but we really like working here. There's only one computer, and there's a lot of papers and files. It's like an office from 8 years ago, really. The walls are blue, although they should be white. They are dirty and we need to paint them again. In my part of the office, there's me and then there are 3 others, Kendall, Helena, and Raoul. Raoul is the new one. He arrived only 4 months ago. He was a lawyer before, then he decided he didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, so he changed his job completely. I imagine he earns a lot less money with us. Helena arrived at Lincoln Publishing only a month or 2 after me. She's my best friend in the office because we helped each other a lot when we were both new. Kendall is the grandmother of the office. She started working here almost 7 years ago. Everybody comes to her when there's a problem, when you have something you don't understand. She's a grandmother in real life too. She has 9 grandchildren. The manager of the office is Thiam. He's 36 years old and worked for a large publishers in Istanbul before taking this job. I think at the beginning, he felt a little strange, like an outsider. Now, he's one of the family. He's the best boss you could have. Tomatoes. The tomato is from South America. When the tomato came to Europe, people did not eat it. Doctors said it would make them sick. So people just grew tomatoes because they looked nice. Now people from all over the world eat tomatoes. Tomatoes are used in sauce, soup, juice, salsa, and ketchup. The tomato is very good for you. Only a tomato leaf or stem will make you sick. People do odd things with tomatoes. People grow tomatoes in space. There is a big tomato fight every year in Spain. A long time ago, people would toss a bad tomato when they saw a show they did not like. In Canada, many tomatoes are grown on big farms. The farms bring in poor people from far away to help grow tomatoes. Without these workers, the farms could not run. But the workers do not get much money. Canada does not let the workers stay here. Many people say this is not fair. Most farms pick tomatoes before they are ripe. They last longer this way. But these tomatoes do not taste as good. So lots of people grow their own tomatoes. Food. Larry was hungry. He walked to the kitchen. He got out some eggs. He took out some oil. He placed a skillet on the stove. Next, he turned on the heat. He poured the oil into the skillet. He cracked the eggs into a bowl. He stirred the eggs. Then, he poured them into the hot skillet. He waited while the eggs cooked. They cooked for 2 minutes. He heard them cooking. They popped in the oil. Next, Larry put the eggs on a plate. He placed the plate on the dining room table. Larry loved looking at his eggs. They looked pretty on the white plate. He sat down in the large wooden chair. He thought about the day ahead. He ate the eggs with a spoon. They were good. He washed the plate with dishwashing soap. Then, he washed the pan. Finally, he wiped down the table. Next, Larry watched TV. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is celebrated in the USA on the fourth Thursday of November. The tradition comes from the first people to arrive from England to North America. The Native Americans taught them to grow food and hunt, and the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans for a dinner after the harvest. This was the first Thanksgiving in common folklore. Nowadays, Thanksgiving is the country's largest secular holiday and represents a time when friends and family get together for a large turkey dinner. Traditionally, people make stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin pie to go with the huge roast turkey. In the morning, there is a massive parade in New York City, called the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which has a lot of giant balloons, famous people, and marching bands. In the afternoon, people watch American football games. There is usually one game in the afternoon and one in the evening. Thanksgiving also marks the unofficial beginning of the holiday season in America. The Friday after Thanksgiving, which is the following day, is Black Friday, and has a lot of crazy sales. Also, it is traditional to start putting up Christmas decorations after Thanksgiving if your family celebrates Christmas.